Comedians are finally getting the therapy they need. The cult classic series Dr. Katz is back with all new episodes exclusively on Audible. 15 of comedy's biggest stars are on the couch with Jonathan Katz for 15-minute therapy sessions, baring their souls. We know you'll love it, and at the end, we'll let you know how to listen to the whole series for free.
The following contains explicit language and subject matter.
Dr. Katz, Sarah Silverman is here to see you.
And
I like her, by the way.
Oh, do you?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. You think you could be her friend?
Yeah, there's just something about her I really like. It's so weird. I kind of love her. Anyway, she's here.
Laura said she likes you, which is great.
She likes what?
She likes you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, tell her, just say, Sarah says she feels similarly.
Tell me what's going on with you, Sarah, because that's why you're here.
Why am I here? I mean,
I know your life is complex, and it's very hard to balance your personal life with your professional life.
Yeah, half the guys I know have kids and wives. I don't have a kid or a wife. If I had a wife, I could have a kid. But I don't. I'm a heterosexual. So, I went on the road with a whole bunch of comedians, and I was really fretting about all this stuff. And then one comedian, he's Australian. I can't do accents, but he was like, Sarah, you should just do it. It's fucking great. And then I'm like, yeah, who's watching your kid right now in Australia? I could be a fun dad, Dr. Katz. I would be the best fun dad. I'd go on the road, I'd do my stuff, and then I'd come home. Daddy's home.
Yeah.
I'd give them the best of me. Fix that.
I understand both sides of the coin.
What's the other side?
What was the first side?
How do you make a decision like that to have a kid? It's such a big decision. And it's forever. It's during their awkward ages. It's at the early stage. You have to wipe the poop out of their butt. My dad reminds me of that every single day. I can't live it down.
Did he change your diaper?
Probably twice. But when he calls me, he always leaves a message. Hey, I know you're a big hotshot, but why don't you find time to call the guy who gave you life? I used to lift up your tiny legs and wipe the shit out of your tuchus. I mean, I guess it would be great to hold that over someone,
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. It makes me sad when I hear people say, she just wants attention, don't give it to her. Don't people always hear that? You've heard that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Don't give her. She just wants attention. Don't give it to her. What is this disgust we have with human need? Ew, look, she's thirsty.
Right. I think...
Don't give her any water.
Hey, Dad. Oh, my God, I fell asleep in my clothes again.
That's not a good idea in general.
Yeah, but I never really have time to get undressed.
What's keeping you up at night? Because it seems like you've been needing more and more sleep.
It might be that I'm eating too much sugar.
Well, the best thing for that is eating less sugar.
Well, thanks for the support. I think I had 7 bowls of Special K last night.
Well, the vitamin D I gave you?
Yeah, I think I flushed that down the toilet when someone rang the doorbell. But I get panicky when the doorbell rings, even if it's FedEx.
No, but it's so important because there's not much daylight in your life.
But, I read an article that the primitive man used to basically get no sun at all.
Yeah, that's why they call him primitive.
Well, I know, but it's important to sort of, know your roots.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible.
Well, I'm going to go out today. It's just that I've been getting up late. I didn't even hear you leave. Do we still live together?
I think so.
Lately you've been rude. You don't say goodbye before you go.
Well, I'm trying not to wake you up. I think your sleep is so important to you because you're a growing 40-year-old man.
I am still growing. It's mostly fat, though, now. I don't know what it is with you, because if I get too much sleep, you're worried. If I get too little sleep, you're worried.
Well, that's just the nature of being a father. I think until you're a parent, you really won't know what that feels like.
Yeah, maybe I just shouldn't do it, because it seems like you just worry all the time.
It's all about unconditional love. I think that's the feeling that a kid has about a parent. Very much like the way you feel about me.
I thought it was good the other way around. You really phrased that wrong.
I got it backwards. I'm sorry, but I've raised you forwards. I think the best way to raise a kid is chronologically.
Joe Jackson once said, "Don't you know that it's different for girls?" And I guess I'm posing that question to you.
I don't think I know that song. Yeah.
You don't?
No, but you know who I really like is Pink.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Pink song?
Something about a party.
Well, you really are hip.
I am pathetic. I'm going to try to stop trying to impress you with how young I am.
Dr. Katz.
Yes.
Whose therapy session is this?
No, this is your
I could help you. Did you want to tell me something more about yourself? Or your problems or your anxieties or insecurities or the history of your childhood? You can't be saying I am pathetic in my therapy session. I feel like if you do, it's got to be a little bit of a discount. And now I feel like a stereotypical Jew. Or am I a feminist saying my truth and sticking up for myself?
I hate that expression, saying my truth. Is that a new thing?
Yeah, and you know what? You just said your truth.
No, I just sense your reluctance to talk about anything of a personal nature, which is so defeats the whole purpose of therapy.
No, I have so many personal things I want to work out with you. One, why don't they teach that ape, Coco, how come she's never around other gorillas? And why don't they teach them sign language? And then we can communicate between all the gorillas and the people. That's been weighing on me. Why isn't Coco now teaching the rest of the apes sign language? Every generation of apes from when they're a baby, and then we can all speak sign language with each other.
I think that would be wonderful, Sarah, but...
Not only that, but why aren't they doing it? It's like, why doesn't Trump release his taxes? Like, why do they not want to have mass communication between the apes and the humans?
Yeah.
Who doesn't worship Andy Kaufman? I mean, he's the legend. One time he went on stage and he just pulled out The Great Gatsby and then he read it out loud, cover to cover. I mean, who wouldn't want to be there for that? Me. I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be there for that. That sounds like if you went to a comedy club and then somebody read you a book.
So, listen, I thought we should maybe post photos online and stuff that generates buzz and maybe more business, just to get things going. We could do a photo shoot, gets the word out, and maybe we could even, post fun things that happened in the office over the course of a week, every week on Facebook. I know not a ton of fun things happen, but a lot of the stuff is staged, and we could stage stuff.
What about the gift shop? Now, I actually like that idea because...
No psychiatrist, that I'm aware of, ever has sold T-shirts, except for Freud.
I think that's why he went into it. It was just a merchandise. T-shirts, and what else could we sell? I guess...
It would be fun to keep it, psychology themed.
Right.
Keychains, phallic symbols.
Right.
But not, symbols, like little mini symbols, right. Like in an orchestra. Stuff like that. Clever takes on the world of psychology that we could sell, and there's a whole bunch of stuff we could sell, so...
All of it doesn't have to be therapy themed. It could be just like contemporary music.
Yeah, I always go to the Starbucks model when you're trying to develop something popular. And to make the office a little more like Starbucks is not a bad idea. And I'm not just saying selling coffee, I'm saying selling a lifestyle.
Oh, what do you think about live music in the waiting room? Is that crazy?
A jazz trio on Fridays would be a pretty good idea.
Yeah, nothing that's going to really push people away. It would have to be soothing in some way.
I guess. Maybe they would just play when people come out, not during sessions.
Oh, right. That's a good idea.
Although, my dentist used to play classical music while he did my teeth cleaning. Oh. Maybe music during therapy is a good idea.
Yeah.
It helps you get your mind off what you're talking about.
I'm a disgusting pig.
I mean, why would you characterize yourself as disgusting? In what way?
I mean, I guess just like my search history alone. My nieces are now in their 20s, and it's ruined porn for me because that's like girls in porn, are that age. It's like when, guys go, oh, I have a wife, I have daughters, I have sisters, so I get it. It's like, well, you should get it just because there are women in the world. So I'm guilty of that. Now I can only watch like men having sex with their own mattress or a pillow, which is great and also hilarious.
Every time you come here, you express some sense of shame. And I think that's something that we need to explore.
I think because, I was at a party and I finally was connecting with some people, and we were talking about everything, pop culture and the new, politics and technology. And I was telling them, it's crazy how you get spam emails, and there's that spam email that's like, hi, I'm Caroline. I'm the busty brunette you met the other day. I'd love to see you again. And I mean, I know that's spam email, but if I was a married man and my wife saw that, she would think I was cheating or something. And then they were looking at me the way you're looking at me now, Dr. Katz. And that's when I realized they don't know what I'm talking about. I'm the disgusting pig that, goes to daddyIlovecum.com, and you get spam from that. And I'm not going to that site, by the way. I'm not, but I didn't even know that was a site. It's just my search words always take me there.
But the other thing about going to parties when you are in a relationship with somebody, even off again, on again, the stakes are much lower. I mean, what's the best thing that's going to happen?
The worst thing that could happen is you meet someone you like more. Why go out when there's law and order?
You talk about the TV show?
Yeah. When you're on the road and you're in all different kinds of places and countries, you can always find a law and order, and then it feels like home. I can't really fall asleep unless it's to the sounds of, softcore murder and rape.
Right.
There's some kind of special sauce in it. You know what? I would say Richard Belzer's a legendary comedian. Still, he's the third funniest on that show after Ice-T and rape.
Today's episode features guest patient Sarah Silverman, the voices of H. Jon Benjamin, Laura Silverman, edited by Rob Lynch, mixed and mastered by Nick Stargio, produced by Bruce Smith, Tom Snyder, and Jim Colgan. I'm Jonathan Katz, and this is Audible.
You can listen to new episodes of Dr. Katz, the audio files, for free at audible.com/Dr. Katz. Our guest patients include Sarah Silverman, Ted Danson, Ray Romano, Weird Al, and more. If you're already an Audible member, just select an episode below, complete checkout, and listen for free in the Audible app. If you're not an Audible member, just sign up for a free trial when you select episodes.